We've talked a little bit about the behavior changes, the lifestyle changes, and kind of what are those things that prohibit us or cause us the most challenges to make these lifestyle and behavior changes. And one of those, as you might have heard of, is the disconnected values model, or disconnected values. And one of the ways that we look at to help ourselves get focused on what are those things that are really challenging us and where do we want to be versus where we are. So on the first page that we handed out, it's called the Wheel of Life, and one of our partners, one of our business partners in the Prevance program, the corporate wellness program that is providing the Varsity Optimal Wellness program, is one that provides executive coaching and sources like this that help you identify where you're at and where you want to be. So if you look at the wheel, if you have your pen, does everyone have a pen or pencil with them? Okay, super. Take a look at the physical and health. So we'll start there. That's an easy area since we just finished up with the movement. So the physical and health, if you look at a rating of 1 to 10, if you'll jot down where you believe you are right now, where you currently are, on a rating of 1 to 10, 10 being the very best.
How active we are, or how healthy we are.
I'm sorry, your goal. I apologize.
You write it up here or down
where you are on your goal.
Mm-hmm. Where you are as far as where you are in your life right now with regard to physical and health.
And where are we putting that?
Right on the spoke.
Under, okay, I got it.
And the same with all the other spokes. If you want to go ahead and take a look at those and jot down where you currently are, where you currently believe you are with regard to where you want to be on a rating scale of 1 to 10.
10 being us.
10 being like I'm already exactly where I want to be on that. I'm good. I don't need much improvement or minimal improvement. And I'm going to go ahead and keep talking as you're doing that. So once you identify where you are as far as where you would like to be, so your goals, you're considering your goals when you're rating. On a scale of 1 to 10, you'll find if you do the circle, if you kind of connect the spokes, you'll find that your wheel probably isn't so much balanced. And ideally, it's not going to be in every season of our life that our wheels are balanced. But the idea is identifying where you are and where you want to be. So at the very bottom, you'll see what your current priorities are versus your ideal priorities. So for instance, health for me right now, I'm probably maybe at a 5 of where I'd like to be. So my priorities, family and home, health is number 3 actually. So you just kind of identify where you are as far as your current priorities and your ideal priorities. So for me, physical should be in the middle, not at the very top. Family and home is at the very beginning for me. Priority number 1. Do you have any questions? I see you looking like, where am I at on this? Yeah.
So are we supposed to be writing anything?
This is for you to actually put in your binder. This is for you to put in your binder. It's just identifying where you are and where you want to be.
Do all your spokes need to add up to 10?
Like, is it a 1 to 10
or is it 1 to 10 for each spoke?
It's 1 through 10 for the rating. Mm-hmm. So you may be at 2 on one spoke and a 5 on another.
Ultimately, you want to see them all like balanced or 100%.
Yeah, the idea is a balanced life, and we know that each of the areas aren't going to be equally balanced.
One of the things that I find really interesting with this is you may not have a number. Like Nicole is looking like she doesn't know what to write. Well, I know that on to some degree it may just be a level of awareness to say, hey, I've never really considered where I am emotionally. It may just be a piece for you to look at and not necessarily rate, but say, maybe I need to look more closely at that piece.
So that one is for you to put into your binders as one of the areas of changing behavior and lifestyle changes. The second piece is going to be a neat piece as well, and you're not giving me your answers, by the way, so I'm not asking you to fill it out and give it to me. The next piece is with regard to the disconnected values model, and so the common barriers that compromise your health and energy and performance. If you look at the listing of 1 through 23 and just circle 5 of the most important or destructive barriers that affect your life currently. So just circle 5 for now, and you may have more than that, but
Can I
I'll do hers. I'm just kidding. I'll fill yours out for you. Thank you.
And then once you circle the 5, you're going to look down at the next section, which is the values checklist, and you're going to check 3 of your most important values. So first we have the 5 things that keep us from doing some of the things we would like to do. And then you're going to check 3 of your values. And what you'll find is then you can look at what you say your values are and the things that right now are causing you maybe to not reach some of your goals. And if you'll look, and you're welcome to share, by the way, if you look at your values and you look at the things that are keeping you from getting to those, you know, you will find likely a disconnect between your barriers and your values. I know I did. And then you just have to consider, is it worth the cost? So if there's some things that currently
It's really that simple.
are keeping you from, you know, getting to where you want to be, you've identified it. And again, that's what Casey was alluding to earlier is, you know, sometimes you haven't really even considered what those barriers are. And part of our coaching, as you know, through the 4 by Heart, the Berkeley Clinical Educator, which some of you have talked to, Shannon, she's really good. She's also helping to identify those things that are keeping you from being where you would like to be. So the coaching aspect of our program is really important, and we're doing that through the movement, through the medicine, and through the nutrition as well. So I know that we could spend a lot of time on this section, but I want you to be able to have it available, so just put it in your notebooks. You can look at it at another time as well. And as you're talking to your coaches, whether it be Paul or Casey or Shannon, feel free to kind of share some of the things that you've identified there that will help progress along the way. What we're going to take a look at now, Dr. Wright, we're going to go to the next piece. I know some of you guys have said that you've had difficulty logging into the portal. If you have tried, there was one person that had difficulty logging in. We're going to look at the education pieces, which is the portal and also the 4 by Heart.
Let me put one last bow on what she just talked about on this disconnected values model. The negative behaviors up top, those 1 through 23, oddly enough, there is a short-term benefit to those negative choices. So for example, let's say I have poor sleep habits. Well, maybe the short-term benefit is I've got a project done, I've got to get it done, I'm not going to get my sleep. Well, so that started out as, well, I've got to do that in the short run, and all of a sudden it becomes the way that you operate, because that gives you more time to get your projects done. So the choice of not getting enough sleep, the benefit is I've got more time to do what I need to do. The negative is it's got health consequences. Not exercising, going home and just being a couch potato. I have been guilty of that in my life. I promise you that. The benefit to me was I made it through the day. You know, I don't have to think, I don't have to decide, I can just passively watch TV, and that was a benefit. So it's odd, but these negative behaviors do have a benefit, and we are really motivated by benefit. What gives me a positive? What we're trying to do with this is help you to see that there's a disconnect between what you really value and some of those short-term decisions, so that you can make better long-term ones. And we really, that's an hour talk, and that's going to be one of the things that we do, but we're trying to plant some seeds on that for each of you.